Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival. There's brand new music from a brand new band called Red-Voodoo, and I'm digging it. It's called Bring It Back on Rock and Metal Revival, and we're lucky enough to have with us the man who was singing that. I'm talking about Dino McCord from the band Red-Voodoo. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi, man. Hey, thanks for having me.
It is really good to have you guys on the show. We really dug the first single, really digging this one, and you guys are one of the new hot bands on the road right now. You know, I like this new generation of bands coming out, like Greta Van Fleet and Dirty Honey and guys like that. And you guys are falling right into that group of bands. I think you guys are on the right track.
Oh man, thanks, man. You know, those are inspirations. You know, all these new bands coming in, and we're really looking up to those guys for sure.
Well, Dino, tell us a little bit about Red-Voodoo. Now, I got in touch with listening to your music because I know you're working with one of my favorite guitarists of all time, Frank Hannon. Tell us a little bit about your band and how you got hooked up with Frank.
Yeah, man. So, Red-Voodoo, we really want to go after that party rock and roll, California sound, like Sammy Hagar and Van Halen. Those are huge inspirations. And actually, funny enough, man, I'm actually at Frank's house right now doing some work out here. It's just crazy how we really got together at Frank. I'll tell you that first. Red-Voodoo, before we started writing original music, we were a cover band, tribute band for Van Halen. We would play 4-hour shows of just party rock and Van Halen tunes all around Northern California. It got to the point where we were like, all right, if we really want to do something and really want to make a dent in the music scene, we got to play original music. So, it's kind of cool. My dad, he was in a band 30 years ago, and Frank Hannon actually produced, for a day or two, his band's music.
Okay.
So growing up, my dad would tell me about Frank Hannon and how cool he was and Tesla and all that stuff. So, just on a limb, I was in class one day, and I messaged him over Facebook. He responded, and it was just like my mind was blown. Like Frank Hannon responded to this kid who messaged him on Facebook, and he gave me a call later that day and asked me the following weekend to come down and sing a song with him at a club in Folsom, California, with his band, the Frank Hannon Band. And I had to learn Getting Better in one night, and it was crazy, man. And I went down there and sang Getting Better, and he met Red-Voodoo, met the guys. One thing led to another. The pandemic hit, and then we wrote Rise Up. That was our very first original song.
Well, I can't imagine having to go down and sing Getting Better in front of Frank Hannon. That had to be almost terrifying.
Oh, man, I was so worried. I was super worried. And funny thing, dude, he invited me over to his home before the show, just to meet him and stuff, and I always remember this, man. He sat down with an acoustic guitar and starts playing the intro. And he's like, all right, sing it. I was like, oh, man, here we go. So, no, it was just a surreal experience. And we're really thankful and really, humbled to really work with Frank and now call him a friend. So it's really cool.
Well, I know, Dino, reading through your bio that you're 17 years old and you're like in love with the same bands that I groove to. Is that due to your dad, or is that just, that's the music that you really were drawn to the minute you started listening to music?
Yeah, man. I think it's a little bit of both, there's some rock bands that my dad doesn't like that I really do like,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, honestly, I think really the first time I really got into rock and roll music was, and singing, I would say both, was my very first big show was Sammy Hagar and the Circle in South Lake Tahoe.
Oh, my.
And ever since that day, man, I just started singing 5150 and 0812 in the shower. And that was really kind of the beginnings of Red-Voodoo. After that, I really grew my hair out long and started looking for a band. And my second show, when I actually met my drummer, Nick Peasley, was at a Y&T show in Sacramento. And Nick and I started talking, and we formed a band, and he knew someone that played guitar, and that's David Loyler. David Loyler came into my garage, and he started playing Eruption. And we were like, whoa, this guy is it, man. I'll tell you, when our album releases later this spring, you'll see that how great of a guitar player he is too. And then, and then later on, we tried to find a bass player. My dad filled in for a little bit, and then we actually found Andrew Edwards on Craigslist of all places, which was pretty funny. So, yeah, man, and we all have really just the influences from Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, Y&T, Led Zeppelin, even Tesla, of course. And how we formed, something that people should know is that, we really didn't know each other. We went out and we all kind of found each other. It was kind of this weird, magical kind of moment. And just, the chemistry that Red Voodoo has, too, is just, really special.
Well, now, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Red Voodoo a Sammy Hagar tune?
Yes, it's a Sammy Hagar album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a song on it, too, both. But, we're very inspired by kind of the Van Halen with Sammy era for sure. You could tell in Rise Up and even Bring It Back with our background vocals and just kind of the layout. Really inspired by them for sure.
Well, I'm really digging this new single, Bring It Back. And now you guys, are you working on an EP or are you working on a full-length album? Because I've heard 2 songs from you guys so far, and Bring It Back is the current single.
Yes, it is. And we have the whole first debut album in the can and ready to go. And, we're just waiting for the right time with all this COVID and stuff still going on. Just the best time to release it when we could go and support the album as well.
Exactly. Now, I know that there was, when you guys released Rise Up, there was a special meaning behind the first single, Rise Up. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, with Rise Up, we didn't get a graduation, the band and stuff from high school. And, I was living in downtown Sacramento, and everyone was just kind of feeling down and stuff about the COVID. And it was just a really depressing time. And, I got with an acoustic guitar, and I really wrote just the lyrics about how people were feeling, about Rise Up. If you really go and look at the lyrics, it just talks about people feeling uneasy and just dodging each other, of course, and how we really just needed to bind together and really push through it, Well, and so that's really what it was about. And
I know the whole thing was inspired by social distancing and the COVID-19. But didn't you guys do something with Rise Up merchandise to help out Direct Relief?
Yes, we did. We had the Rise Up bundle, and it was to help the frontline healthcare heroes on the front lines battling the coronavirus. And we actually got some money and did really well. So we were really happy that we could do that for them for sure.
All right. Well, you told us you got an album in the can. You're at Frank Hannon's house right now. What is the plan, Dino? What's up next for Red Voodoo? I know we got this new single out. What's the course for 2021?
Well, that's the course of 2021. Well, if everything opens back up, we are really hoping that we can get on a tour of some kind. We've been talking with some folks from the Hagar camp. Honestly, during this pandemic and stuff, we've really taken the time to really hone in on our craft and our original music and really just build connections and foundations so we're ready for when 2021 and it all opens back up and all that stuff to really get out there. And, really what it is, release the album and then go support the album. That's what we're going to do.
All right. Well, man, I'm digging these first 2 singles that you got out. Where's the best place for our listeners here to figure out and find out more about Red Voodoo and keep up to date with what's going on with the band?
Yeah, so you could either contact us or find us up here on our website, www.redvoodooband.com, and our Facebook at Red Voodoo, Instagram at Red Voodoo Band, and our Twitter at Red Voodoo Music.
All right, man. Well, I just want to say I thank you for being a real rock and roll band. Again, I love that gritty rock and roll sound that you got. And we're going to bring it back, man. We're going to bring it back. I hope so. And I want to play that first single, Rise Up, and want to wish you nothing but the best. And you're always welcome back here on this show, Dina. I really appreciate your time today.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Red. Thank you, man.